Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Tuesday Night Live with 4C Comics. I am always, if Jeff Dunn hasn't changed, I'm always going to be him. I am joined by the forefather, Mr. Ken Carson, the man who makes it all happen. We've got Annika here to do your invoices for you and everything you love, and be our just the nicest person in the room. And then Becker just has two things to tell you about any op that we do. What are those?
Hey, that's me.
That's you. What are those two things you always tell people?
Well, I tell them 4% invoicing fee and $25 shipping.
That's right. All right. Thanks, Becker. You're out of here. Have a good night.
Yeah, yes. And I also take pictures of Annika, but not in like a weird way. Well, it's kind of weird, but just for my avatar. I have a series of unfortunate photos.
At least 5 people came up to the table and said, "Where's Annika?"
Yes.
Yes, I told her she's a loser.
I was disappointed because I went to Tom's Town Saturday night and I had no Annika friend. And I actually got kind of toasted.
Oh, that would have been fun. That would have been fun for Annika. She would have enjoyed that.
I had 3 drinks.
I
went over the rule of 2.
Wow. They're obviously talking about Planet Comic-Con where Ken was, where Becker lives, and where Bacon was. Bacon's unavailable tonight.
I didn't see Linda Craig all weekend.
She was out at the table for a while.
Oh. That's crazy. I don't know how you missed her. Boo. But yeah, so Ken, just tell us about your fun with Mr. Bill Morrison and Planet, and then we can hear from Becker, and I want to find out what he did. It was fun too.
Well, fun. No, it's always fun. Hanging out with Morrison and watching him draw that goofy stuff he gets to draw. But no, it was a decent show. Bill's been there a bunch of times. Bill actually told me that he's known Chris Jackson, the guy who runs Planet, for like 30 years. Wow. And Planet's 25 years old, so he's been there since the beginning. He's like a staple at that show. So yeah, that was kind of cool. But yeah, we got to hang out with Johnny Bingo.
That's right.
And Doug Mankey was there, and Pat Gleason was there, and Maria Wolf was there, and Tom Wynn was there.
The whole crew.
Yeah. We were sitting next to Don Rosa, which
Chatterbox, nicest guy in the world, always happy Don Rosa, huh?
Yeah. So we were setting up on Friday, and I had a lid for the comic box was on Don's table. Uh-oh. And he came over and he said, "Is this your box?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Why is it on my table?" I was like, "It's a lid, Don." And we put it back on the box. And then a few minutes later, he realized that I was with Bill. And then Bill was like, "Oh, did you meet Ken?" I was like, "Yeah, we met."
For anybody who doesn't know, Don Rosa, he's really, really huge in Europe, and he takes it really personally that he's not as big in the United States as he is in Europe. But listen, we've had a couple interactions with him. He's always been okay. He's just he's looked the same for 30 years, and honestly, it's just he's just an interesting cat.
Yeah, he's got a great fan base. Always got a line, but don't say DuckTales.
Yeah, don't say DuckTales. Whatever you do. And guys, just to let you know, we do have a lot of announcements tonight. We got a lot of things going on. This isn't just going to be a recap show, so please stay tuned because we got artists we're going to announce for you. We got ops we're going to announce for you. We got all kinds of stuff. So bear with us. We're just going to ease into it. Ease on in. So what else, Ken? How did the Doug Mankey live art sale go?
Went well. I don't know, 9 pieces sold. It was pretty. Doug was very happy, very appreciative of 4C. Yeah, for those of you who saw that the Clay McDonald had an op, their op was it was a profile headshot. It was a quick kind of con sketch thing. And that's what I saw him doing a bunch of them. So hopefully it went well. But JJ, he and I talked, and I have no problem with that. I love Steven. We work with Steven. So Steven did an op with Bill Morrison for Planet Comic-Con, so Bill's hopefully working on that list. But JJ was like, just so you know, and you can tell everyone in the 4C world that the things that Doug Mankey does for you are only done for you.
Look at that.
Who got a Luther?
I don't know, but I don't know whose these are. I'm just showing.
Ooh.
Wow.
He's hungry. He's hangry.
So, I mean, I saw all the rest of them, guys. They're all penciled. What Doug hasn't done is done the Copics yet. So he's working on it. He knows that they're due technically in April. But you know, he's trying to work through them. He had a rough year last year, for those of you who don't know, and I'm not going to expand on it too much, just that he had a lot of health problems. He and somebody else in his family, and he lost both of his mom and his dad, and so last year was not a banner year for Mr. Mankey. But he does love doing the commissions, but he really, really just wants to do them right. Like, Ken, I can give you the pencils if you want. I was like, I don't think anybody's going to want those.
No.
But, you know, just so everybody knows, you know, so when he actually wants to do another one when he finishes this one.
Right.
Because it is something he does like to do. And anybody who follows Doug on Instagram knows what's going to happen. He's going to animate things. He's going to do all kinds of different things. So it's much more than just a commission. It's a whole media firestorm that you get from Mr. Mankey.
Right.
Love Doug to death. He's the greatest guy in the world.
Yes, you in the corner. Do you have a question?
Why is Annika taping her fingers?
I don't know, because I'm fidgeting.
She's getting ready. She's going in the ring. She's got an 8:00 match with Bailey.
So you did that just because you were like bored?
No, because I like playing with things, and I had to tape a box, and then there was just tape left over. And
Well, there's usually always tape left over unless you use all the tape.
Mhm.
It's just fun watching Bill Morrison do things.
Timestamp.
That's my favorite thing.
15.
It's my favorite thing.
Here's one thing that Bill did. He actually did this. He did this for Steve McDonald. But when
I saw this.
when he did the first one, he was like, I made him too small. And he redrew it bigger because he didn't want Steven to have a small one. So I said, give me the small one. And then of course I told Bacon to go get it signed for me. So here's a nice Henry Winkler.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
But this is actually Henry Winkler was Simpsonized on the show. So this is the show version.
Right.
We did one in New Orleans, which was a Simpsonized version of Henry Winkler, of Bill's interpretation, which it looked a little different, but not entirely. So that was one thing.
Yeah, so we got that signed by the Fonz, which is awesome.
And another cool thing, any Pokemon fans out there, San Diego, I found these cool little things. They're Pokeballs. They come in this little box, and you open it up, the box kind of lights up, and you can change the light and all that stuff. It's kind of cool. They're heavy, you know, they weigh a decent amount. But the cool thing is when you go to reach for them, look what happens. They light up. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
An amazing artist like Bill Morrison, you have him paint a Pokemon on top.
Oh, is that Charizard?
Oh, Pikachu.
That's not Pikachu.
So this is something you know, Bill and I are toying around with. Maybe getting some of the. I have another one of these, and I have I think it's called an Ultra Ball, something like that.
Hey Ken, can you show that Lex Luthor again from Doug Mankey?
No, I'm talking about Bill Morrison Pokeballs, Becker.
Gotta catch him. Oh.
How do you know it's Lex Luthor?
Because Burtis is here, and Burtis collects.
Oh, who wants to see Mr. Luthor? Oh, Ken, you know what you should do since we're talking about Lex Luthor?
It's like a bald Iron Man.
Show him what I seen. I was across the country in DC at AwesomeCon, and this is what I did on Saturday. Speaking of Lex Luthor,
hey,
I got to hang out with Lex Luthor himself, Michael Rosenbaum.
It's one of TV's greatest villains, and Michael Rosenbaum.
Yeah, exactly. TV's greatest villains. That's me. Yeah.
Let's say which one is which.
Exactly.
Marcus wants to see your ball again.
Ball again, Marcus. Stop
Marcus,
it.
I don't believe you.
So yeah, but no, not to jump ahead to AwesomeCon. But so Planet was a lot of fun.
Planet. Now everybody look at Ken's ball.
Yeah, and Ken told me that if you cut him open, he would probably be bleeding barbecue sauce. So well done, Becker. Well done.
Yeah, we went to Q39 the first night. And I don't remember his name, Becker. Please, the gentleman who paid for dinner, thank him so much.
Pocan Joe, same guy who
Pocan
paid for
Joe.
it last year, Hanukkah.
Yeah,
He's such a sweetheart.
He's nice.
he's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
And then the other guy at the table with us, he actually helped Becker take a giant box of my stuff out of. All right,
That
listen.
was Circumstances, Marcus Turner.
Bill Morrison drives me crazy. Sees these Simpsons things. Like, oh, I can put remarks on those. Here I
Yeah,
am.
that was that box was heavy, taking it out of my car, like kind of just not heavy, so it's really awkward.
Yeah, it's big and
it's tall. It's like as tall as Annika.
A box of what?
Toys.
Simpsons toys.
Oh.
It's only like 3/4 full, so it's not a heavy thing. I called it heavy, but it's weirdly proportioned.
It's cumbersome. It takes about
it's cumbersome. I'm glad Marcus took care of that.
We did offer some of that stuff on 4C, and there's a lot more of it. I mean, what I showed on 4C was only the few that Bill actually remarked. I probably have 20 of them.
In fact, I think I'm going to be selling a cuckoo clock tonight to somebody.
My cuckoo clock. There's a cuckoo clock that looks like Moe's Tavern, and Homer comes out every hour and goes, woo, woo. The sucker's
that's
right
cool.
there.
That's really cool.
Right
you mean that sucker's going on my eBay?
Sucker's trying to pry it out of my cold dead hands.
Right. So then, Ken got back late on Sunday night. Becker, how was your Kansas City, buddy? Did you have fun?
Oh, good. Yeah. So picked Ken and Joe up at the airport Thursday. We went out to dinner, met up with my buddy Marcus. Friday I went home right after the guy was beat. Saturday, friends at Tom's Town picked up a sketch, a Morrison remark, a Bisley remark. The sketch was from Eduardo Risso. A few comic books, got some AOKs, some gifts from the community, and a few more SIGs like Mark Wade, Kevin McGuire. I got a Mankey signature and
nice.
Pat Gleason.
Well, just to keep the people hanging on. Speaking of Eduardo Rizzo, Ken, isn't he going to join us for one of our live sketch ops coming up?
Well, I can't 100% confirm it, but he was super excited about it. He definitely wants to do it. We exchanged information. So yeah, Eduardo Rizzo wants to do a live sketch show with us.
There you go.
So those guys were really nice, and you were right next to them.
Yeah, we were talking all weekend. He loved us. Yeah, he could. We talked about this live sketch show for probably an hour combined. Different times, and he was bringing it up to me. Wanted to do it.
Nice, yeah. So we'll let you guys know as soon as that's inked in and we got some dates. But we got some more artists we're going to be announcing tonight for stuff. But I didn't want you guys to think this was all going to be recap, so I'm gonna slip them in every once in a while. We do. I will let you guys know who our guest. I will let you know who our guest is going to be next week. Is going to be Mr. Enid Balam. Enid Balam is going to join us for next Tuesday night. So please join us when he joins us.
He's going to join it, but it's going to be kind of a theme. Where he wants to do villains. So Balam's villain.
There you go.
So I mean, he's not going to say no if you ask him for a non-villain. I don't think, but he would prefer for you guys to ask for some baddies.
Listen, I'm not. I don't know. None of mine were done at Planet, but I have a war chest of stuff coming when I see Mr. Bacon this weekend that he's been collecting from all over for the last 5 months that I get to have.
Did you get anything from Planet?
I didn't. Well, I got something that Bill Morrison dropped off at Planet and handed off to Bacon, so that would be nice.
I love your little network of mules, Jeff.
I do. Listen, I got them all over, man. I don't like to mail really nice stuff. I'd rather just get it in person than deal, just with the really nice stuff. So, and then might as well, since it's all, then I have, other stuff that people owe me and it just kind of all gets together, and why bother mailing it when we can just keep it all in one spot and just, do that. So Bacon's very nice for delivering all that stuff, but yeah, it's going to be great. I'll show all that stuff off.
I'm going
to weekend. You know what I can
catch up on the chat here.
Yeah.
Emilio Eduardo Risso did 100 Bullets. He's done some DC work, a Joker story. Flo, who got the best PlanetCon sketch? You last year. That's always going to be the answer. And villains always fun. Former villains. I'll let the more dedicated 4C people handle the Raul Rico question because I don't know the answer. Mr. Redjig. Okay, now we're back up.
Wonderful. Well, before we get to that, I did want to bring up that we are going to be doing a live show on at 7:00 on Friday night with Declan Shelby. So please join us for that. We're doing headshots, and what we're going to do is he wants to get a jump on the stuff, guys. So for everybody who is in the chat right now, they're $200 a piece. I believe they're 9x12 headshots. Whoever wants to claim one of those now, he's going to get them, and that way he can start working on them, and that way he can do more during the live show. So we're going to take the first 5 claims for anybody who would like a Declan Shelby sketch. So they're $200. We put some examples up on the 4C. So there you go. Claim Declan now. So if anybody wants to claim this, we will pick those up in person. You don't have to be at Richmond GalaxyCon this weekend, and then we can ship them out to you after the weekend is over. So if anybody wants to get on that, 5 spots is all we're doing, guys. If we don't fill them up while we're live, we'll put it up on the 4C page to try to fill up. And that's another little announcement. So there you go.
And
Becker, 1710, sir. 1710. Okay.
Thank you. I just keep a little post-it note next to me.
Mm-hmm. So that's just some more stuff because Bacon and I are gonna be there. Ron Wilson's gonna be doing GalaxyCon. We're listen, no expectations, but you never know who shows up for a live stream while we're at a con.
We'll see. We're trying to get Ron, but he's being an old man. We'll see.
We're like, come on, do it.
So there's the guy. There's the Circumstances is the guy who carried the box. Ken.
Oh, thank you.
We were talking about him earlier, singing his praises.
Thank you, Circumstance. You're the man. You talked to Ron on the phone. He acts like he's 1,000 years old. And then you get him to the convention. And at the end of the show, he's like, "Where are we going?"
Yep.
But he's okay if you say nowhere. He's like, "Oh, okay. I just want to go back to the room." But
yeah.
Ron is he's like that. He gets excited and stuff, but I think he
he
wants to temper himself. But that would be great for if he can come on and do a live sketch up. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we've never had him on live. We brought him to several shows, done some ops, but never had him on
for about 2 years now, and we've never had a live show with him.
Right. Let's see. So what else we got going on? So Bacon and I will be at AwesomeCon this weekend. Once again, guys, we still have if anybody wants to claim a Declan $200 Declan Shelby head sketch, we'll do that all during the show tonight, and then we'll put it on the site with however many spots we have left. But we'll be doing a live show with him on Friday, so you can, if you want to pick something for him to draw, then you can. He just wanted to get a jump on a couple of them. If anybody wanted to pick something, probably be a little more done for the ones in advance than the ones maybe that he's doing live, but there's just so you don't pass on that opportunity. But Bacon also asked me to ask you guys for any of the people that are going to be at that show, if there's artists there, if there's people there that you would love to see us maybe do a live sale for, like go up to and go through their stuff and see if they would be willing to let us know. You can let us know in the chat. You can message us, and then we can try to walk around the show a little bit and see if there's anybody else to do a live op like we did with Doug Menke this weekend with. So please let us know that. We're going to try and do those if we can.
Yep. Another thing that happened Saturday was I got to go out to dinner with JJ, and it was a private thing. They rented a room in this restaurant called Jack Stacks, and Annika's crying off screen because she wasn't there. In the room where it wasn't a lot of people, but Doug Menke was there, Maria Wolf was there, Tom Nguyen was there. I'm trying to think what else. Was there any other artists there? Pat Gleason was there, and Pat and I talked about almost every single commission that he did for you guys individually because every one of them had a great story attached.
I talked with him about the speedball.
Yeah. So one of the stories that came out was this, the Hulk piece, which Pat said that you might see somewhere someday on a shelf somewhere as a cover.
Yeah, passing it on to the Marvel bigwigs.
You will see. But the other thing that Pat said to me was, "Hey Ken, I need a new furnace. Let's do another sketch job." So no, he didn't say it like that. He just said to me, I told him that the stuff, a lot of it, we shipped most of the stuff. You guys have seen it already. Most of you should be getting it soon. I said once that stuff lands and people, see it and post it on Facebook, more people will be interested in El Sketch Hub. He goes, "Okay, good. When do you want to do it?"
Yeah.
I said, "I don't know when." He goes, "Sooner. I need a new furnace." And I was like, "There you go."
Yeah.
The first we bought you a chicken coop. Now we're gonna get you a furnace.
That's right. And listen, some of them have already landed. The Sue Storm already landed. And that was really cool.
And he posted exactly what I was telling you guys. You can't see this on a screen or something. You have to see this in person to see how he told me the story about that one. He said as he was doing it, he got about halfway and he was going to tear it up and start over. And then he said to himself, "No, let me see where my mind is going to take this." And then he finished the sketch and he said, "I'm keeping it." So he was going to keep it because he loved it so much, but then he said, "I don't want to draw another one. I'll give it to that guy." So he put it in the batch, and dude, that sketch is something else.
One is gorgeous.
That was one of the stories about the commissions. I mean, he didn't tell me about all of them, but there were definitely we talked probably about 10 of them at least. Little different nuances or something. We talked about the Doc Savage one. We talked about obviously the Hulk one. I'm trying to think what other ones there were. The Battle Damage Spider-Man one. People enjoyed doing. I'm trying to remember what other ones there were. They'll come to me eventually.
The Doc Savage that was obviously Doc Savage and could not be anybody else but Doc Savage. That one.
Oh yeah, there was that empower creature thing.
Oh yeah. I'm big into the empower.
Empower. I don't know. We couldn't figure out what the hell it was. And then he did a Batman, and I said to him, "Pat, this is either going to be really, really good, or you're going to be really mad at me." I said, when I saw that Batman, I was like, "Holy shit, this looks just like Doug Mankey." And he said, "Yeah." He goes, "Doug was like my inspiration for that sketch." He said, "Well, yeah." He goes, "It was 100% Doug Mankey inspired." So whoever gets the Batman, it's very Doug Mankey-ish.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So more importantly, did anyone share a platter with Maria Wolf?
Yeah. So I was actually sitting next to Maria first. Then that's when I sent you the selfie. And then when we ordered dinner, Maria wanted the platter, and I was like, "Are you crazy? I can't."
We did that last year.
I know that was a 10-minute conversation about how you two little girls devoured a plate of meat that would fit 5 guys. But so Tom Wynn shared it with her, so he and I switched spots, and that's when I was sitting next to Pat, and that's when Pat and I had that long conversation about the commissions and everything. But yes, I could not believe the plate of food that came out. And I mean, I thought they could have did a little more damage personally, but I think it might've been Tom who was holding the chain up. You know what I mean? But Becker, I don't know if you've been to Jack Stacks, right?
Yeah.
They got like that. I think it's a 5 meat. They call it like the
I know what you're talking about.
Chip plate. Yeah, Maria Wolf and Annika ordered that last year, and they hated it.
Yeah, there's only certain stuff I like at Jack Stack. I'm weird like that. It's good, but I really like slaps burn ends. I wanted to take you there, but it's like it's hard to get.
There was a place close to Bill and I ordered barbecue Friday night. So we could do homework. But it was right by the hotel. I can't remember. It wasn't Jack Stack. It was something similar. It sounded
Pigwitch?
No, I think it might have been Pigwitch. And, it was pretty good.
They actually have a really good chicken sandwich there.
I told you, Jeff, you cut me open, I'd bleed barbecue sauce right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Bill was complaining about it Sunday morning. He was like,
Yeah.
I've eaten too much barbecue.
Bill Sunday morning he was done with it. He was like,
He's like, I feel unwell. And I was like, are you like sick? He's like, no, I've just eaten too much barbecue.
My one sadness about Kansas City is I can never find collard greens. And that is all I care.
It's not really a thing here.
I know.
There are places we could go, but they'd all be further away that would have that.
I know. But in my mind, I was like, I'm going to barbecue. Of course they're going to have collard green.
You got, when we were in New Orleans last year, you got some collard greens.
I know. I got them like three times.
Yeah. Remember, guys, 5 spots. 5 spots only for headshot, $200 headshot. Declan and Shelby. They will be picked up in Richmond this weekend at GalaxyCon by Mr. Chris Bacon and myself.
Yeah, and you have to forgive me, but we're working with Andrew, who's repping Declan and a lot of other artists from the fallout of Cadence. So a lot of these guys, we're going to be doing a lot of sketch ops with any of the guys that Andrew works with. They love the format, they like 4C, so it's going to be a great partnership for you guys to be getting some.
And we're going to have on Friday when we do the show with Declan, we're going to have some pieces too. We're going to have somewhere around 20 to 30 published pages that have not been offered up before. So it's fresh to market stuff, guys. So, so that'll be cool.
So just know what we're doing.
Right. And then we also wanted to announce that we have Marco and Maria are going to come back on. So they're going to come and do a live show in about, I think, 2 weeks.
Yeah, the week after we will have Maria Sanfo and Marco. Santucci will come back as a couple. And,
will that be on a weekend?
One draws upstairs, one draws downstairs. They don't like to bother each other when they're drawing.
Yeah, I don't know if we're doing it on. Are we doing that on a Tuesday, Ken? Or are we doing that on a Saturday?
Yeah, we'll do that Tuesday night. We'll make them stay up late.
Yeah,
it's fine. They'll be fine. Sure.
My favorite is when they yell at each other from one side.
Well, one's upstairs and one's downstairs.
Yeah. One will be upstairs, one will be downstairs. But I think the last time we did, they were sitting at a table together.
Were they? Okay.
They were. Yeah, they were next to each other last time.
Yeah, but they're always fun. And
I saw them at AwesomeCon this weekend in DC, and I said hi and told them I was looking forward to doing the show. So they're very nice, very lovely people. I didn't listen. For anybody who I actually ran into somebody from the show who came and said hi, another fellow Jeff. So he's new to the art collecting, and he's enjoyed watching us on our show. So I'll give him a shout out. And literally I was there for 2 hours on Friday, and that was it. I really just was like a drive by. I had to work all weekend. So I just wanted to make sure I stopped in. So that was it. And I said, I've felt so, whenever anybody says hi to me, I'm always shocked that I'm recognized for anything. So I always want to make sure I take time to thank you guys. And I thank all of you guys for watching tonight, and anybody who ever watches our show. It's such we're just, we're always happy that, Ken was mad because only one person recognized him this whole week. No, I'm just kidding. He wasn't mad, but he's like, oh, only one person said anything to him. But it's always amazing when we go to shows and people know who we are. And I always, me being me, I'm always like, I don't know if I've met this person in person before, because I have a horrible memory, or if they just know me from watching our show. And it's I always try to take time and get them to jog my memory, or at least, figure out who they are. So yeah, please don't ever be shy.
It's so weird.
We had 5 people ask for Annika.
Right.
No.
Guys, I feel like when I can't be there, I'm gonna mail stickers to Ken for the table. Whenever you ask where's Annika, it's gonna be a sticker of me going.
All right. If you guys will split it with me, let's get a standee of Annika.
Yeah, there you go.
Like full size, because it's all
doing weird
It's
stuff
only gonna
with her
be like this
hair.
big.
It'd be like a countertop thing.
We'll get
word balloons coming out of her mouth.
how about just a picture? How about just like this, and we can just attach her to the stand up behind.
Ken, how haven't you released some sort of plush dolls of all the 4C people, an Annika doll, and then a My Pet Bacon,
comics,
kind of like My Pet Monster, but it's bacon.
Holding a piece of bacon.
I don't know.
Well, listen. On that note, we have fun, and when we get Simpsonized, But we're going to be doing something special coming up in a few weeks.
Oh, we are?
Yeah. We're all going to get stoned.
Flintstone.
Flintstone people, get out of the gutter. We're gonna so Scott Shaw is going to be he's gonna be Flintstoning us and Flintstoning anybody who wants to be Flintstoned. So we're gonna do a live Flintstoning show with Scott Shaw. So Annika, you haven't seen yours yet, have you?
No, I didn't even know this was happening.
Well, I only have prelims, so I'm not. You know, he's going to say
we'll after the show. We're not going to show him live, but we'll show you yours maybe if you want to see.
That's not even that one. That one's like the first one he did when I asked him to do the whole 4C crew, and the 4C logo in stone. It's so funny. I love it. He sent me prelims, and so he asked me for notes. So I had notes on the way to do. So mine changed a little bit from what you see there.
Right. Yeah, these are just the first round of doing them, but
last one is Becker's is like dead on. I mean, people look at it and go, "Oh shit, it's Becker."
Well, I'm very cartoonish.
Oh my god! So yeah, but yeah, I can't wait. That's going to be such a fun show.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing he does, I was going to tell you, Annika, he'll Simpsonize your house, or Simpsonize. He'll Flintstone your house. So if you send him a picture of your house,
how cute,
like a Flintstone house with rocks.
Yeah, didn't he do Stan Sakai's when we were?
He showed
me.
They
showed that when we were.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you could. Yeah, if you guys wanted, you could get a nice little Flintstone like version of your house.
It's so cool. It's so cool. So I'm really looking forward to that. And Scott is such a cool guy. He's such a great guy. I mean, he's so entertaining and. He's like to me, he's like a lot like Sergio Aragonés. He's one of the older animators, who's still with us, and he still loves to do it. And he's got a great attitude and personality. He can still draw really well. I mean, he's a treasure. He really is. So I love being able to work with Scott.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, that's not. I think that's almost about everything we have to talk about tonight. But yeah, so if you guys missed it, next week. A villains night where Enid Blam is going to be on Tuesday night. He wants to draw villains, but once again, if you want something else, I'm sure that he'll do a Spider-Man for you if you really, really want one. But it'd be cooler to get a bad guy. And then Marco and Maria. Then a week after that, we're hoping to get
the week after that because he's chomping a bit.
There you go. We'll probably pack Lisa, and then Eduardo Rizzo. We're going to try and seal that deal and lock that up. We've got
coming back this summer.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Who?
Joe Staten.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Joe wants to come back on. He's a sweetheart, man. He's just the nicest guy. Yep. So he's going to come back on. I've got some other ones in the work. I can't talk about them yet because I don't have the ink dried on it. I want to make sure that I get a solid yes or a date, and that way I can bring it up because I can't wait. It's going to be a double artist show, 2 insanely talented artists that you guys are just going to jaw drop over. So fingers crossed we can get that worked out in the next few weeks. But yeah, we've got Galaxy this weekend, and then we've got C2E2 coming up next month. What do we have something in between that, don't we, Ken? What else is going on in April?
Well, no, Richmond. No, that's it.
That's it. Okay, well, you never know what's popping up, but yeah.
The 5th.
That's right. Philly in May.
Yeah. We have Carlo, Ron Wilson, and Sprawn.
So yeah, come up to Philly. Now that reminds me, with Mike DiCarlo, we've got another awesome announcement to make.
Yeah.
So Mike, we're going to do another op with Mike very, very soon, and it's going to be a very specific kind of op. He did something for Ken, or showed something to Ken, and it just, we were just like, we got to offer these up.
So there's going to be 5 spots available. We'll announce when it goes live, but it's going to go live
not yet, guys. Not yet.
It's going to go live on 4ccomicart.com. Hold on, let me put that up there. It's going to go live.
4ccomicart.com.
Right. But he's going to do 5 spots for pickup at Philly. And yes, pickup at Philly does mean Ken will pick it up for you if you want me to. But he's going to offer 11 by 17 inked recreations of of comic book covers. Now, he was the inker for Death in the Family, the first appearance of Lobo. What else, Jeff?
Oh, I mean, tons of stuff. He's been in the business for forever. He did Marvel or DC Spotlight. He did Batman's what he's like. That's him, and Jim Aparo is like that's what he's famous for. But he's he did a lot of stuff for Bill with The Simpsons. He was an inker for Bongo for years. But he's worked on tons of stuff in his 40 plus years doing this. So, but what he is going to offer up this time, which is a little bit different than just the black and whites, is he's going to offer up some color ones too.
Oh, wow.
These are done in watercolor.
Watercolor. Boop,
Yeah.
boop.
These are just fantastic. So you got
So he can do a cover recreation in watercolor on 11 by 17 for you.
Say that again, Annika. That wasn't the first one. Watercolor. Boop boop.
Watercolor.
Boop, boop.
And these inks will be $400.
Wow, that's
And for the color 11 by 17, it will be $600.
but he will.
recreation. Wow.
And he recreates stuff. Like the first time I ever got anything from Mike, he did a recreation of an interior page in the Death in the Family book for me, and it's like dead on, like just perfect.
I have the one where Batman's holding Robin, the all black one.
I like that one.
Yeah, from the trade paperback.
Hand letters it. So all the whole full trade dress is there.
Mm-hmm.
It does by hand, and it's hanging on the wall right by my desk. And Jeff knows that proximity to Ken means something.
Mm-hmm.
That is
When it
true.
comes to my art, how close it is to me means something, and I think
Right. Well, how close it is to him where he can see it. How close
Yeah.
it is where he can't see it. Obviously it's still loved, and he's proud of it because he wants you guys to see it.
Yeah,
But-
it's amazing. It's but this is the one he actually did for I think Chris Fields, the same op that we did years ago.
Mm-hmm.
A long time ago.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll be doing that, and that will be going live probably this week for claims.
There you go. So that's another one. So you got that. So I'm glad we brought that up. I'm glad we talked about Philadelphia. That's going to be a fun show. I will try to come up and visit just because it's only like a 3.5 hour drive. So I like to see I like to see you guys. So
I will not come up and visit.
Or no, 2.5 hour drive. I'm sorry, 2.5 hour drive.
But
Yeah,
I'm
no,
on stickers.
Mm-hmm. So so that'll be fun.
Jeff calculated how fast he drives and came up with.
Well,
two.
yeah. Well, no. It depends.
No.
I'll be driving late. Yeah, listen, I'll be driving late at night, so there's not gonna be a lot of traffic. And like I said, if you don't like the way I drive, get off the sidewalk.
There's a lot of truth in
Fair
it.
statement. That's a fair statement.
Heyo.
But so that show, but C2E2 is gonna be a lot of fun. My daughter will be at that show with me a lot too, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. And everybody knows my daughter does way more work behind the table than I do, so it'll be good to have her there.
If you're going to ask for like a George Perez cover with 75 characters, no.
Right.
No,
Just-
he has the right to say no to any cover or
Right.
put a price for you. Yeah,
Right.
That's not going to happen.
So yeah. So once again, you can always ask. All he can do is say no. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with asking, but don't think because you request it, he's definitely going to do it. So that's just how it is.
And one more thing we'll be doing is we'll be having another Wheel of Deals with Anthony.
That's right.
We've got some prime stuff he's saving up. And
Mhm.
what we're going to do is we're going to post the stuff on 4C.com on the 4C Facebook page. So you guys can get a preview of a lot of stuff that's going to be there. And you can actually claim it there if you want before the show even starts.
Absolutely.
But he's going to have some great stuff.
Yeah, because we want to have Anthony. We love to do these shows. We just want to make sure that we have plenty of time to put them out there so you guys can see the art and see some of the stuff we're going to offer up. And once again, you can always pick stuff off of his site to want to play the game on. So you can always do that too. But he definitely brings the stuff that's more kind of our clientele friendly, the stuff that's around that $500 and less. Some more sketches and stuff like that for us, and they can save the published pages for his Dueling Dealers show. But but once again, if there's anything on his site that you like, you can always he'll play the game with anything. So unless it's something,
He got hit with a 50 and a 40, didn't he?
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, he took a beating last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only stuff he can't discount is the rep stuff, like his Jay Lyston stuff, the stuff from the guys that he reps, because that's not his artwork, so he can't play the game for that.
Right.
Yes, his curated debuting. That is correct, Marcus.
Yes.
And then once again, guys, and June's right around the corner too. We got Heroes Con coming up. That's going to be another fun show. So it's going to be a wacky and wild next 3 months. And Annika is going to be at Heroes Con. She will definitely be at Heroes Con. Right, Annika?
Allegedly.
We'll see.
She was definitely going to be in Kansas City too.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually on break, so I have no excuse for Heroes.
Mm-hmm. And Becker's excuse is he doesn't want to drive halfway across the country. That's his excuse. He did that.
No, I can't go this year.
Last year.
I what?
That house we got last year for Heroes.
Oh, yeah, that was a cute house.
It was in a nice spot. It wasn't far from the convention center.
Quiet.
It was quiet.
Nice.
4 different rooms, I think, right?
Yeah.
2 bedrooms, 1 upstairs, 1 downstairs.
Yep. Because John came.
That's right. JK.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good to have a federal agent in your back pocket. I was like, come at me, Goldman. Come on now. What happens?
Oh my God. Well, that's all. That's everything we got. That's everything that's fit to print for our show tonight, guys. So if anybody has any questions about anything, and once again, we'll throw it up there, guys. We have only 5 spots for the $200 headshots for Declan Shelby that are going to be picked up at Richmond. We're doing a live show with Declan at 7 p.m. on Friday night. So, the show doesn't end till 8. So I will probably cut out a little bit early so we can get back to the hotel to do that live show where we're going to be selling art and we're going to be doing the thing and doing more live sketching. So that'll be fun. But yeah, so unless anybody else has anything else, but eat, that's all, folks. Anybody?
We will see you next week with Enid.
Yeah.
And those
Villains come hang out.
Think of your villains.
Yeah, villains. Pick a bad guy. So we'll see you guys next. Thank you guys so much for watching us, and we'll see you guys in Richmond. We'll see you guys on the show on Friday, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday for Enid Balam. And have a wonderful rest of your week. And yeah, thanks, guys.
Message me, baby.